Howdy! It's me, Felipe of Alpaca Thunder fame. And this will be a slightly different kind of video. It's a new series that's gonna be called this. The way these companion pieces will work is we'll highlight around 5 different scenes that we found interesting from a movie we just covered. These can range from production goofs to fun facts, and for one reason or another, they didn't make the cutting room floor. Simple enough, I'm ready, you're ready, so let's hop on back to Hadley's Hope, an off-world colony with a booming economy. And we'll see what we missed during our first visit.
Oh no, not again.
So this first one has always bugged me. Enter Lieutenant Gorman. If you need a leader in your next simulated combat drop, then he is your man.
Shit.
With him is Burke. He's a dick. And our 2 compadres are hoping they can convince Ripley to switch energy suppliers because for a limited time offer, she can lock in on some great rates. They want her to be an advisor in a rescue operation. Whatever the case, not important, because the real topic of concern is this. What is happening here? Now, I may be wrong, but one would assume that a newly poured cup of coffee would be quite hot to the touch, especially if it was served in a glass mug and you're palming it like it were a glass of Woodford. Now, this could also mean Ripley is serving her unwanted guest cold coffee, and she'd have every right to do so, but she's this story's hero. I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt and say this was a goof. Come on, Gorman, get your shit together. Let's get into something a little bit more serious now. We're in the briefing scene that takes place inside the Sulaco's hangar, and is my favorite showcase of the movie's ability to blend in different special effect techniques to simulate what appears to be a full-blown set. Now, I will admit you can tell the background is a matte painting, but that doesn't take away from the art. Complementing the scene, you have scale miniatures on the foreground, and as the camera pans to the left, there's a transition to a full-scale set for the actors. And it's fun to try and spot this line, the point where the special effects, which are shot in a forced perspective, meet the actors. If planned and executed correctly, you'll get something that blends in seamlessly. And the special effects team on this movie managed to do just that. In fact, the story goes that when the Fox executives were shown an early cut of the film, they were concerned that their money was being used irresponsibly to create these large, expansive sets. As you can imagine, the special effects team was pleased to hear that their work had fooled the execs. Their hard work and dedication would ultimately garner them an Oscar. So all in all, a good job. This one is a cool little fact. The arm harnesses you see here, which is being used to hold the M56 Smart Gun, or as I call it, a big-ass machine gun.
Let's rock!
Is actually a retrofitted Steadicam harness. In real life, these serve a very similar purpose to how they are utilized by the Marines. Just swap out the gun for a film camera and voila! A glimpse at a movie prop's humble beginnings. Well, humble for the industry, because I'm sure this is something they would have had relatively easy access to. It's just cool to see how even the professionals will use tried and true methods to reduce their production costs. This one I noticed while editing my previous video. Next time you're watching Aliens, pay attention to the mission timer at the bottom of the screen, and you'll note that the continuity is out of sync. My guess is that the headcam footage was all recorded in one go, meaning once the footage was passed on to the editor, it was inevitable that the timer would be affected. This wouldn't be as big of a problem today with the tools at hand, but at least in having this minor goof, we are given a glimpse of how this sequence may have been shot. Here's another fun fact. The scenes inside the atmospheric processor, or the xenomorph hive, were shot at the Acton Lane power station. So why does this matter? Well, this coal power plant located in London, England may not have as rich of a pop culture portfolio as its sibling, the Battersea Power Station, but it does also have another claim to fame. It stood in as the Axis Chemical Works factory in Tim Burton's 1989 Batman film. And this last one I stumbled upon while doing a little bit of research for this video, but it appears that when the self-destruct automated voice warns Ripley,
"You now have 15 minutes to reach minimum safe distance,"
she wasn't lying. It takes exactly 15 runtime minutes for the building to blow up. And after that explosive reveal, I think we'll call it. I did have a couple more scenes on my list here, but I've left them on the cutting room floor. I figure I'd leave the rest for you guys to comment down below, cause I'm sure there's plenty more that I didn't even think about. Tell us, what are some of your favorite fun facts, movie goofs, or behind the scene details from this movie? And if you enjoyed this content, then please don't forget to whoop that like button and smash the subscribe. And if you're still on the fence, then don't take my word for it, just listen to the words from the always trustworthy Carter Burke.
I work for the company, but don't let that fool you. I'm really an okay guy.
Nothing. I think it's great that you're keeping busy.
And I know it's the only thing that you could get.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's just common practice. We always have a synthetic on board.
I prefer the term artificial person myself.
Remarkable piece of machinery, completely automated. You know, we manufacture those, by the way.
He can't make that kind of decision. He's just a grunt. No offense.
None taken.
Now, if you're smart, we can both come out of as heroes, and we will be set up for life.
You're crazy, Bert. Do you know that?